What's up, everybody? It is March 3rd, 2026, and this topic of this video is going to be relationships in 2026, which to me, I was thinking about, man, what could we talk about? It's been so long, and how can we stay afloat like we ain't never missed a beat? And I said to myself, man, relationships are mad weird in 2026. And if I could be honest, probably I'd say for the past 6 years, it's almost like the whole thing with COVID even changed that on top of things, and the way people want to live life, the way they do things. Now, the one thing I will say that was positive out of that whole thing was, people were starting to be like, what do I want to do for a career? Um, what do I want to do in my life? What makes me happy? Who do I want to be with? Who am I as a person? And that right there was a positive thing. It gave a chance to a lot of people who, they work so hard and they never even get to see their families, and they were getting chances to have board games and board night and cooking with their family and watching movies and playing games together, and that's a good thing, honestly. But with relationships, man, it's very, very tricky. um, from dating apps to just having conversations in stores. I know, as myself as a man, you talk amongst your peers, and a lot of men feel this way of, you don't want to seem thirsty, but you don't want to be prude. You don't want to approach them a certain way, so then you kind of get this mindset of, maybe I shouldn't even go at all. And I feel like that's very weird. Now, of course, you could say shyness, but it's almost like it's not even shyness anymore. It's just this weird thing of, men really don't know what to do, and they don't know what they can do. And as for females, which is nice, they have this, well, we're independent and we don't need a man. So now, if you guys kind of catch what we're putting together, it's very, very tough times in that sector, on top of economically and with jobs and with anything pretty much. But that just adds to the mix. It's one thing you're going through something as a man or a female, and you have a partner. You have that, I'm the sword, they're the shield, I'll be the shield, they can be the sword, and you guys can go back and forth. But 2026, man, the past couple of years hasn't been so good. So a little bit about myself. I've been single for a while, and as like a lot of other dudes, we ain't ugly, and that's not me being egotistical. Like, I reassure other guys that, because I'll even have my male friends, or a stranger will just tell me their problems in like a park, like, dude, am I ugly, or I don't understand. And then they do inner reflection work, they hit the gym, I mean, they got cars, good jobs, good finances. I don't know the whole stigma of you have to be 6 foot plus. Y'all, I will tell you, if that is, then I'm out the game, y'all. I'm 5'10" on a good day in the morning, when my spine stands erect and you got that good posture. And if I'm wearing Air Force Ones, then I'm 6 foot. That's my disclaimer. So if you want to say like, hey ladies, I'm 6 foot with the AF1s on, but it's like, people shouldn't even have to worry about that. It'd be really weird if a woman was like, well, this guy doesn't have a job, he doesn't have a car, he doesn't have a home, he doesn't have an apartment, but he's 6'3". Now, some of you guys would be like, well, you're just hating on that person because they're taller. No, honestly, like, I'm actually applauding him. Like, dude, you finessed the system. Like, you literally don't have to do nothing except you have to be tall. I just think it's foolish, but I don't hate, I appreciate. On the other hand, with the males, I feel like the pendulum did swing, and it's more a women's market. So as guys, you know, you talk about the dating apps, you swipe, you swipe, you swipe. Women will get like, and they did studies on this. I don't know the exact number, but I think it was something ridiculous, like over 100 likes and matches a day. You get maybe one a week, two a week, and that's weird. So it's almost like the women, they get a treasure chest full of guys, and they're like, hey, pick what you want, like anyone, you're good, tab's done. Those guys paid for your tab, you're straight. For guys, it's like you don't want to settle for less, but then I do feel this phenomenon with a lot of guys, and they're like, I don't want to be left alone, and I'm scared, and I understand that, but I'm like, don't settle. For me, maybe I'm just lucky. For me, I'm never gonna settle for something that I know that isn't, and not using the term perfect, I guess what I strive for greatness. Like, okay, perfect example. People will say, well, what does that mean? Looks? Not necessarily. Like, a female. What do you do for work? Can we hold a conversation? Do we talk about other things than music and movies? Can we talk about the solar system? Can we talk about art? Can we talk about religion? Can we talk about our future? Some of the girls out there, like, no offense, and guys, like, they're really good looking, and they're nuts and bolts in there. It is scary. I like to say to God that I'm that perfect ratio. I'm happy. I know I'm not a 10 out of 10. In my eyes, I'm a 10 out of 10 because, you know, I stand behind business. But I like who I am, and I am wise. You know about finances. I am athletic. You know, I know how to cook. I know how to clean. Guys don't even know how to do that. They're so sexist. They're like, that's a woman's job. I know for me, as a man, you know, my partner, my significant other is a female. Like, hey, you will be fed. You will have clothes on your back. I will be a provider. I can be a good listener. I can be that support. And I just hope going towards the future that all changes. What I do know out here where I'm at residing, you know, I do realize there's a lot more wholesome conversations with females. And I love that. And it's not even so much like jump and get in the pants. It's actually, man, we're talking about good conversations. We can hold the conversation. We're laughing. It's not all awkward. There was a phase, and it was a while ago, and I think you guys know, like, it would almost be like guys would talk to girls and girls would give them the look, like that one girl where she's all like, and the dudes would be like, because I understand that situation. It doesn't have to be with girls. If you're talking to someone and there's no energy there, and it's almost like you gotta like pull emotions out of them. For me, y'all, I tend to like, that's when I get shy mode or I get lock mode, because I don't want to engage with that. I feel like our energies are not twining up and there's just this awkwardness, and I'd rather just like stay away from that person or not even engage. Just a little bit for this video, y'all. I told you we were gonna have a lot more discussions. This is relationships for 2026. Let me know in the comments if you're going through this. Let me know if you found your special someone. Let me know how long y'all been together. Let me know what your experiences are. You know what I mean? Are you in the process of talking to someone? Did you just have a breakup? For some people, man, you might have broken up with that person that was so toxic. You're like, I'm glad I'm out of that situation. Or maybe you just got married. If you did, congratulations to that. As I say for guys and girls, never give up. Let's just keep trying to find that certain special someone. And please, 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 please do not settle for just anybody. It won't be in your favor. And you'll probably feel worse than single. Anyway, y'all, you know who it is. I make music. I make talks about finances. I wrestle. I do a little art, infrastructure, comedy, you know, yeah. But y'all, stay tuned to my YouTube channel. We have it all here. Do not fret. And reach out to me if you guys want to speak. I also got my business, K9's Treasure. Look it up on eBay. We got clothes, we got goods. And if nobody ever told you, I love you.